Hey everyone, I'm Kevin here with Victory 4x4. In today's video, we're going to be installing our 100 Series Land Cruiser seat back MOLLE panel that you see here on the back of the front row seats. So the MOLLE is basically going to replace the kind of sagging elastic nets that you have on the back of your seat here. In order to get that removed, you first need to remove the kind of large seat back trim section in here. The top of this is just held in with two kind of snap-in clips, and the bottom kind of has two hooks. So basically what you're looking to do is release the two clips up top and kind of pivot this back and then lift it up out of the seat. The clips can be a little tricky and a little bit delicate. You don't want to damage them, so you want to take your time here. The first one is going to be toward the inside of your seat, basically in line with this kind of seam or line in the upper leather here. You want to go just inside of that, and you're going to kind of compress the seat fabric and foam to kind of reach down in there and feel for the clip. We'll try and give you a better look at it once we actually have this removed as well. But basically you're looking for the front tab on that clip, and once you feel around and you find that, you can basically press down on the top edge of this as well as down on the clip, and you'll kind of feel that release, allowing you to then pull it back and kind of free up this side of the panel. You can then have a little bit more room to come over to the outside and do the same thing over here. This side gets a little bit tighter, so again, you kind of got to force your hand down in here and compress this foam to make room, but then press down on the tab while kind of pressing down and in on the top of this seat trim, and release that to slide this back, kind of releasing all four of those mounting tabs. With it out, you can get a better look at the tab. You can see the slot here where it kind of locks in up into the seat frame, and right on the front here is where you're kind of reaching in to feel and press down on to kind of release it from that slotted section. As with any of these plastic interior panels and clips, there's always a risk that these get damaged or broken throughout the install process. If anything goes wrong, these are available at your dealership, so it's not a major worry or hurdle there. With this removed from the vehicle, you need to remove this net by basically removing this entire outer trim ring right through here that it's attached to. So for that, we'll flip this over. So with this flipped around, basically you can see the 9 kind of locking tabs around the perimeter. A couple of ours down here are already damaged, but basically they're these plastic studs, if you will, that press through the holes in the plastic on this seat back, and then they have a little metal locking ring on here. There's a lot of different ways that these could be removed. You could get under it and pry it up just enough that you can get in there with some pliers and kind of work it off of the plastic that way. Something that works pretty well is just to work at these for a minute with a flat screwdriver. And if you can get in there far enough and pry at them just right, usually these tabs will kind of just break off. Or you can just take a pair of pliers, grab a hold of it here, and kind of work those around until you can break the tab off as well. And then you'll still kind of have to get under there with something to get this ring to pop free. So go ahead and do that all the way around. With all of those clips removed, you can kind of just start pressing each of those pins back through the plastic to start freeing this up. And then we'll flip this over one time, and you can pull on it from this side and get it out of the way. With that out of the way, you can see the 9 mounting holes that are going to line up with the mounting holes on the MOLLE panel. You're just going to need to open up your bolt pack and install the spacers between the panel and this factory seat back panel. So with your button head from the outside, then the spacer in between, you can kind of start sliding this into place. There's only one size of hardware in your bolt pack, so easy there, nothing can get mixed up. You can then reach around to the back side and install these nuts. And just kind of work your way all the way around the panel, getting those in place. From there, you need a 3/32 hex and an 11/32 wrench or socket for the nut side, and you can work your way around tightening these up. Once you have all of that hardware tight, this panel can be reinstalled in the vehicle. So in here, you removed this, so you kind of already know how it goes back in. You want to lock the bottom onto that metal rail in the seat there. Just make sure that your tabs are lined up kind of vertically so they snap back in easily to the metal kind of rail up top. And once that bottom is locked in, you should be able to kind of hear these click in when you press forward to kind of complete that MOLLE panel install. So if you have any questions about this install or anything else we offer here at Victory 4x4, you can always reach out to us. You can send us an email at info@victory4x4.com or call us at 269-459-8447.